decision when I was 23 years old.
Incredible. Man, looking at your career, you have done some phenomenal things with Screwtape Letters, The Great Divorce, writing and producing Martin Luther on Trial. Looking at your
awesome show,
man,
that show's so awesome.
Looking at I'm you talk away. I love hearing your voice, by the way. I love it. There's a reason why you reading the Bible is so profound, because the listener Bible, like, you sound great. You sound great. So my question is, because of all of these, I mean, you've done so many things. You recorded the listener's Bible, in the ESV version, you did the King James version, all these different things, and currently doing this C.S. Lewis show, The Most Reluctant Convert. It sounds like you are always working and doing something. What is the Lord stirring up in you next? Like, what are you doing next?
Well, we have a season of plays in New York. We're doing Robert Bolt's Man Fall season. We just did some readings of Paradise Lost. Which is brilliant. It's brilliant, and the thing about it is so hard, to read it. But and so one of the great things about theater is that it kind of does the hard work in advance, so that when you give the audience, you give them the fruit of your labor. And you know that the objective is to make it accessible. And we Paradise Lost is, because what Paradise Lost is trying to do, it's trying to explain why evil came into the world, and how evil is part of God's plan for a greater world, and the whole idea of free will and the proper use of it. And so it's a kind of a way of explaining God's ways in a very powerful way. So that's a piece that we're doing. Another piece we're doing is Brothers Karamazov, which is the greatest novel in history. And the thing about all these works, they're all deeply Christian.
Right.
And so that's part of our mission, is produce theater from a Christian worldview meant to engage a diverse audience, because the level of work that's out there is so multi-layered and so deep and profound and invigorating. And we want to give people a kind of capture their imagination in a way that there's a kind of a catharsis that leads them to want to become better people, closer to Christ. So this is what keeps me going every day.
Man, Max, I'm so glad we've got you on the show, because we talk about this regularly, the idea of Christ in culture and how we as Christians can engage culture, because there's so many different philosophies of Christ in culture, Christ above culture, Christ against culture, and how we engage the arts, whether film or television or music or stage, and talk about why it is so important for you. I mean, you obviously founded the Fellowship for Performing Arts. You're the artistic director. Talk about why it is so important for you to have theater from a Christian worldview, and why it is so engaging.
Well, it's the idea that culture trumps just about everything. So if there's something, I read somewhere that culture trumps religion, culture trumps politics, and I didn't mean the word Trump in that way. But the idea is that I think Ravi Zacharias says, whoever, give me the person who writes the songs, I don't care who makes the laws. When you capture the imagination, C.S. Lewis says the imagination is the organ of meaning, where reason is the organ of truth. And what he meant by that was that the imagination is the raw material of what we think about. And so therefore, if we don't engage the imagination, you're not going to do the hard work in order to really understand something, to really move something forward. So the way our culture has changed since the 60s has been largely through the arts. And the arts has been kind of the vanguard, moving things forward in a way that has not been, according to kind of sociological studies, has not been good, because you think that, let's just make society better, freer, do all the stuff you want to do, and we never know what the outcome of that's going to be,
right?
Because it's taken hundreds, thousands of years for culture to get to a certain place, and to just change it willy nilly, like have a Supreme Court law on Roe v. Wade, have a Supreme Court law on same-sex marriage, it's just let's just change it. We have no idea what the outcome of that's going to be, and of course we have, as Christians, we have the Scripture that says you got to be really careful when you do stuff like that,
right?
And so there's this real sense of the arts not putting on the brakes to anything, and so in a certain sense, the Christian contribution to that is there are other perspectives that before you just kind of have this totally libertarian culture, do whatever you want, which Dostoevsky says when you free yourself from God, then everything is permissible. Then we don't know what the consequences of that, and in fact we kind of, and the Scripture warns us, the consequences of that are death. And so there is an opportunity, a responsibility for Christians in a very unpopular way, because it is unpopular to go against C.S. Lewis says dead things go downstream, living things go upstream. You fight against the current, and Paul talks about renewing your mind and being transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is a Christian contribution that needs to be in the culture, that if we're not salt and light, then nobody else will be.
Man, I couldn't agree more with everything you were saying. Max McLean. Oh, man.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited, too, that you're going to be in Santa Fe, July 18th and 19th. The most reluctant convert, and our boy Max right here, he plays C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
So you guys check it out.
Yeah, and I just gotta say thank you for engaging in this culture with something that is not terrible, because unfortunately, I think we do as Christians have an obligation to engage in the arts, but sometimes I think we don't do the best of jobs with it. It's kind of mediocre, and then just becomes kind of laughed at by the culture around us, because they see the art that we are creating, and if it's not our best work, man, I sometimes question some things with the Christian label on it. I think we go for mediocre.
Can I just add one thing? That's why it's important for us also to be in places like the Lensic Theater in Santa Fe, where it's counterintuitive that you do a Christian thing there,
right?
And that's more likely where you're going to get people that are on the fence. That C.S. Lewis is kind of a gateway drug to Christianity, I guess.
I like that.
So that's where you want to be in places like that. Really enjoyed this chatting with you guys. It's been really encouraging to me.
I got to tell you, man, I'll be out in New York in October, and I am looking you up, sir, because this has been absolutely amazing. And again, everyone, C.S. Lewis on stage, The Most Reluctant Convert. It will be in Santa Fe at the Lensic, July 18th and 19th. In fact, we have a few pairs of tickets that we will be giving away this morning, so make sure, keep it locked to the Morning Invasion for that. But Max, again,
thanks, Max.
Thank you for taking time to hang out with us this morning.
Oh, delighted to do it. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
We'll see you, Max.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Nice guy.
That was awesome.
Right? Yeah.
I was nerding out, I'm not going to lie.
I was just thinking about, like, how insane that would be to perform as C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you ever read a C.S. Lewis book, I mean, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough read for me, for sure. But I can't imagine that. And going to a play too. I haven't been to a play in a while.
It's 80 minutes. There's no intermission.
Oh man, plays are fun.
Performance is followed by a post-show discussion with Max. So if you're interested, I love that it's at the Lensic. It reminded me of like back in the day when, bands like Amberlin would be out playing in bars, and then you'd have, of course, the Christian crew going, why are you at a bar? Why are you playing where they're serving alcohol?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, for fine art, for
Right.
this realm, seeing a show at the Linsick Theater, it's not a Christian theater. It's not a church. Like, this is...
It never made sense to me whatsoever.
Right.
Why Christians would get upset over that.
Right.
Are we supposed to be out there?
Well, I just think he was very engaging and had... When you talk to somebody who you can tell the Lord has placed a calling in their life, like a vision, and execute this, and they're performing it well, he was very well spoken, and he had reason. He knew exactly why he was doing what he was doing, where he was going to be. There's purpose behind it. We are called to be salt and light. I think sometimes on the flip side, we as Christians don't think enough about it, and we're just like, because, bro, and it's like you don't put thought into it. So I loved what he was doing. Man.
So let me ask you, let's say your favorite actor of all time, Keanu Reeves,
yes,
died.
What? Why?
And they asked you to perform and play the part
of Keanu
Reeves.
Wow. That is quite the honor.
In Point Break 5.
Okay.
Would you do it?
Point Break 5?
Yeah, because by the time he dies, there'll be a Point Break 5 out.
Oh, man.
Would you do it? Or make me the remake of... you and Keanu Reeves are the same age. What are you talking about?
I know, right? I'm like... You're talking about me playing Keanu Reeves as opposed to C.S. Lewis.
Who would you, if you got to...
one of the greatest minds.
If you got to play one of your favorite people in the universe, who would you want to play?
Like a one-man show?
Yeah, like our boy Max.
Like
Max. He said C.S. Lewis was like his idol, man. Like,
yeah. Well, I think there's something to be said about this. I can't wait to see this because it's about his conversion to Christ. He was a staunch atheist, very well-spoken, very outspoken, and so his coming to Christ is, I just got to say, if you guys have never read Mere Christianity, man, it's a heady book. It's very meaty, but I think it's one of the more profound. It's his best, in my opinion, but it's so good because it touches on everything that he was wrestling with that in turn drew him into Christ. We're talking about one of the most brilliant minds of the last century.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
get it on audiobook. That's what I do.
Yeah. But read by Max McLean. That guy's got a great voice.
He does.
He did the Listener's Bible, and seriously, he's got
that thick, rich voice.
I know, right? Loved it.
Why can't I have that?
Remember the Stormy chimed in on Live Line said, I hope the performance is more entertaining than that. He's so bland. You're so bland. That's so funny because I was like eating up every word he was saying.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It was very interesting.
Stephanie said, loving the interview. Didn't know they did this in New York. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this would be a fun one to go to.
Somebody said, I think he sounds like Orson Welles. Just me? No, he did kind of have that. Yeah.
All right, we have some tickets. If you would like to go, July 18th and 19th, how many pairs we got?
We have 3 pairs to give away.
All right, call right now, 505-338-3700, and we'll give them to you.
Yeah, dude.
First 3 people that call right now.
Oh, man!
Get to go see The Most Reluctant Convert, starring Max McLean as C.S. Lewis.
Or McLean.
Is it McLean or McLean?
It's McLean.
It's McLean, bro.
No, it's McLean.
Pretty sure he said McLean.
He said McLean.
Not like John McClane?
He was being very kind. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
John McClane? 505-338-3700. All right, we'll be right back. Hang out.
This week on Connect with Skip Heitzig, Skip reminds you of a special privilege you have as a believer.
We have a covenant relationship with God, as did Jacob. Sons and daughters of God have the special calling and opportunity to be a blessing to people in this world. Are you?
Connect with Skip Heitzig this week. As he wraps up the series, Joseph looks a lot like Jesus.
Sundays at 6:30 on the Mission Briefing.
God calls his followers to be holy, but that's hard to achieve when our hearts constantly feel the pull of the world. This week on Walk in the Word, James MacDonald helps us go deeper with God, experience his holiness, and be filled with his Holy Spirit. If you're ready to get beyond the do's and don'ts of religion to find a personal relationship with God, listen all week to Walk in the Word.
Make an appointment with James MacDonald, weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Greg Laurie has this to say: when we share the gospel, our objective is to build a bridge, not burn one. A solar flare on Star 88. As a Christian, you have a hope to share. With more, here's Matt Chandler on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
There is no action that is legalistic in and of itself. There is only a heart that has, in a spirit of self-reliance, made an act salvific and not a symbol or an opportunity to enjoy its privilege. So maybe I can say it this way. Legalism is taking what's good and right and beautiful and using it to exalt oneself and judge others. That's legalism. There is no act that you could name that is legalistic in and of itself. Your heart is what makes an act legalistic, right? So if somebody's like, hey, you should read the Bible, you should pray, you can't be like, that's legalistic. No, you can approach that legalistically, but the action itself isn't legalistic. It's the heart that takes it. And what is that? It's self-reliance. I can do, I'm strong enough, I make my own way. It's an exaltation of self in order to judge others.
That's Matt Chandler on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Slave, if you don't love me, then why don't you set me free? So why did you take my heart, my heart? Let go, let go. It's not worth saving. I tried, but it's not worth saving. Short lights and it just might make it. Short lights and it just might make it home. And I won't let go.
of the young soccer players trapped in that cave in Thailand are out.
We have to act now. Those were the words that launched this operation.
Rescued after more than 2 weeks, all safely in the hospital.
The president, getting ready to board Air Force One, said he hasn't yet settled on his Supreme Court pick.
I'm getting very close to making a final decision.
Kids screaming profanities at a police officer who then pulls his gun out on them.
Do not touch!
This disturbing video and the actions of this El Paso police officer under scrutiny.
Another former college wrestler stepped forward today saying Republican Congressman Jim Jordan knew about sexual abuse by a team doctor.
Conversations in a locker room are a lot different than people coming up and talking about abuse.
The Trump administration has released the names of children all under the age of 5 who have been separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border.
Pop star Justin Bieber reportedly popped the question to 21-year-old actress and model Haley Baldwin.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Invasion, live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star DH Studios.
Hey, guys.
Brian Nixon, hi.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber is a Thai. He's a Thai pop singer.
No, that's not true at all.
Oh, he's not?
Gosh.
No, he's Canadian. That's right.
Oh.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he was discovered on YouTube by Ellen back in the day. A lot of people don't know this. Actually, I think he was, wasn't he?
Oh, that's right. He was a drum. He did those drumming videos.
He did?
He was not. But he was not.
I'm pretty sure he was discovered on YouTube, though.
No, he was not.
No, he was.
Oh
bro.
my God.
Google it. Anyways, he's this big deal. So,
man.
Hey, did you hear about? I'm sure you heard about these 12 kids, these soccer kids in Thailand.
Yep.
2 weeks.
I know, 2 weeks, and one man has died. One Thai Navy SEAL went to get him. And
did you hear what happened? Because people are freaking out. Like, what was this soccer coach doing, taking kids into a cave?
I heard the monsoons came, and he had to get them to a place that he felt was safe. Was that?
So, here's what happened. Here's what happened, real quick, and we'll give you an update. Because so far they had rescued like 8 boys as of a couple hours ago, but. They had soccer practice 2 weeks ago on a Saturday morning.
Right.
After soccer practice, the kids were like, hey, let's go ride our bikes to the cave and let's go exploring. So 12 of the boys went down, got some snacks at the store, and they went on an adventure in the cave.
Without their coach.
Without the coach. And so later on in the day, the parents were like, hey, where are our kids? Where are our kids? Call the coach up. Coach is like, wait, what? They're not at home?
I left after practice.
Yeah, I left after practice. I overheard them talking about going to a cave. So he went down there, saw the bikes parked outside of the cave. He went in searching for them, found them, and then the floods happened, and they were stuck. So that's the story.
Wow.
This coach went in to save the kids.
Yeah, and what I heard, a lot of people were complaining that he would have taken these kids, but that's not correct.
That's not correct at all.
But Dex, we need to pray for those 12 kids and the coach. But I know what this whole thing was about this morning.
Okay.
You said soccer, kids.
Yeah.
And so we have to talk about
he wanted to talk about the World Cup.
Okay. Right. We
really
know
what it was
we
about.
know that's what you were getting to. And so, as we know, tomorrow it's Belgium and France.
They're calling it the football of Europe.
Yep.
There it is, football. And don't get me started on, we should be calling soccer here in America football as well, because it truly is football.
It is.
Yeah. We should call American football, or give it, throw ball.
Come up with another name.
Throw ball.
Ball is
throw
great.
Ball.
How about pigskin?
Throw ball. Can we start a national campaign?
Yes. I'm Googling it real quick.
Yes.
See if it
to
exists.
do throw ball.
Oh.
Throw ball. Because, football, truly, you can't use your hands in quote-unquote soccer, so it makes sense.
There's already throw ball.
Oh, man. Oh. Well, we got to come up with another one.
What the heck? What is throw ball?
Well,
it looks like volleyball.
No, we don't even have time.
Yeah. Oh. But tomorrow, France and Belgium. Of course, I think I'm going for Belgium.
What? Are you crazy?
I just have to. Well, here's the thing.
Go France! Vive la France!
Here, let me tell you why.
Go ahead, because you love their waffles? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
No, I've been convinced by the Volkswagen commercials. They have the largest dance festival in the world.
Hey, touche. That was really good.
Now, no, the real reason is my son, his wife, her name's Emma, and Emma's dad immigrated from Belgium. So it's kind of like she married into the family, so you've got to support the family thing.
Yes.
So her family's Belgium, and so I'm going for Belgium, I guess.
Can I just interrupt you for
Yes.
a second? Because I'm watching the game
Throw
of
ball?
throw ball. So this is
so
what it is.
stupid.
It's volleyball, but
you
instead
throw
of
it.
spiking or hitting it, you catch it and throw it back over the net.
But
That's
how do
throw
you
ball.
win?
This looks dumb.
Yeah, it's a bunch of college kids who got together, had a little too much to drink, and
Yeah, that's
came
what it
up
looks
with the
like.
sport.
And then they just called it throw ball.
We just need to come up with a better name for American football because they use your foot. What? Maybe when you add all the kicks together,
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
12 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe. So for the most part, we maybe just call it tackle football. I mean, because that could distinguish it.
Yeah.
But you really don't use your feet. I mean, you run, but you don't use your feet in the ball very much.
That's true.
You
So-
really use your hands in the
Okay.
ball.
You're going for Belgium.
Yes. And then England, of course.
I was just gonna say you better be going. Are you going for who are you going to win it all?
Well,
You just had this dissertation on
okay.
Belgium, and I'm like, if
But
not England,
let me say this. So overall, I'm going for England because there is a point where you
Good.
could go, okay, Belgian people married into my family,
right? Right.
but I'm still
But you
British
are definitely
Isles.
British. Yes,
I'm still British Isles.
Good for you,
folks.
Dude, when the last game, man, I was freaking out. Oh gosh, what a not the last,
by
not the
way,
quarterfinal,
my,
but round of
my
16.
extended family, they still have castles.
Yeah. See, keep it in the blood, man.
Dude, I'm telling
keep
you.
it in the blood.
Round of 16, I was watching Colombia and England, and they won on PKs like at the end, and immediately like texting him in all caps, "God save the Queen!"
Yep.
Like,
I love that Steve-O is into football. I mean, it's so great.
Dude, it's been great. On what was it, Friday or Saturday morning? It was Saturday morning. I totally forgot to set my alarm. I woke up a little late and realized, oh my gosh, because Sweden England was
Right.
on. It was the early game,
Right.
And England. I want to watch. I want them to win, and I jumped out of bed. And I ran downstairs, and Luke Jeter was sitting on the couch
Watching
Good for
you, Luke.
and just by himself.
Luke,
and I was
awesome.
like, "This is my favorite. This is my favorite son right
son
there.
right here. Give me a
Right
hug,
there.
bud. Give me a hug, bud."
Yeah, dude.
It would be great for England, and here's the reason why. Not only because I graduated from college in England and such, not only because my family heritage is from the British Isles, but because England invented the sport, and it would sure be nice if the country that invented the sport were able to actually win a
There you
World
go.
Cup.
There you go.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said England all the way. It's coming home. Somebody else said, I reiterate that soccer is less real than professional wrestling. I mean, there's plenty of acting going on in soccer nowadays. Yeah, but that's only Neymar, and he's out. Gosh, he makes me crazy.
Yeah. The acting, the dives, it really is a
stupid.
blight. It is goofy. And I don't want to typecast. I'm not even going to say this, but there are people that do this on a regular basis.
There are people who do this in all sports.
Exactly. And that's what I'm going to say is that this isn't just relegated to soccer.
No. Does anybody remember Vlade Divac?
Exactly.
Flopper Divac.
Look at basketball. Look at, it really is in a lot of sports. It's sad it's there, but it's there. But that's only a small percentage of people in any sport. Soccer still has some guys that just rough it out, tough it out.
Kane, bro.
Oh, man. Kane.
Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
I brought you in here, sir.
Yes.
For something else entirely, actually. We got a package.
We got a bomb.
I love it.
Like, we got a giant
We got a
package.
Do you think there'll
bomb.
be money in there like the last
No,
box?
there's not going to be money in here.
Are you sure it's not a bomb?
One, we got a box of zebra cakes.
Oh, my gosh. What? Are you
Let's see.
kidding me?
Two, we got Sloth Sour Bright gummies.
That
These are
is
sloths.
awesome.
Sloths.
So,
And then we got photocopied pictures of China.
let me see this.
Yes. Okay.
Let me see this.
And a letter to read on air.
With a wait, there's a symbolic meaning with these pictures. Okay.
There's got to be.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Let me describe
giant
this.
letter.
Let me describe this to our
Handwritten,
people.
by the way.
So on these, hold on, here I am.
Okay.
The one in my left hand, the teacup, the handle is off to the left, and there's a quarter that's off to the right. and there's an object which I cannot make out underneath the teacup. Now, the picture in my right hand has the teacup handle off to the right with a quarter down on the right, and the object, gentlemen, is missing.
Oh, man.
So there's symbolic gesturing going on here.
Well, here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Every Thursday at 7 a.m., we do a segment called 3 Degrees. You can catch it every single Thursday, 7 a.m., except for July 19th.
Because I'll be gone.
You'll be gone.
Up to like Santa Fe area.
It's all right. It's all right. Dear gentlemen of 3 Degrees, I've listened to The Morning Invasion for quite some time now, and it is truly my favorite part of the morning. I chime in regularly, usually on the live line, but sometimes calling in or leaving a voicemail as myself or a character.
Whatever, dude.
It is truly fantastic to get to be a part of something that touches, encourages, and reaches out to so many.
Wait, can we just stop? This is, first of all, great reading, Steve.
Thank you.
But this is a beautiful letter.
I know.
I mean, this
beautiful music, which in turn gave me my inflection.
Not only was this a well-written letter, but we got gifts.
Okay, we got two more pages.
We got two more pages.
I know, but this could take a while.
Dearest Dex, to Dex I say, I hope you enjoy your sloths. And I want you to know I'm praying for you. I'm so proud of you for running every day. You are such an encouragement to me in your humility and care for others. And your wit and comedic timing are the best. I don't care what Bill says. You are awesome.
Thank you very much.
Wait, does it really say that?
It really says
wow, Dex.
That's very nice.
Man, that's a
To
very
Steve-O.
that's a kind thing.
To Steve-O, I say this. I'm not sure how well the zebra cakes will hold up in the mail, but at least I tried. If they're totally destroyed, I will send you something that will make up for it, I'm sure. I am also praying for you, particularly for your back. Sorry for your pain, but I am sure God will keep working through it, and I am asking him to heal you. Thank you.
What happened? Oh,
Thank you for being so hilarious, but also being willing to keep things so real. Your care for people enough to challenge them, and that is all too rare these days.
Are you
Thank
saying
you.
I'm cool?
Love you, man.
Wait a minute. These are some really kind words this
I know.
person
Very
is saying.
nice. That's
I still have another page. Stop interrupting me.
This person maybe. I was just reading 2 Timothy about being gentle to all and kind to all. This person is the epitome of that.
Booyah.
No one knows what you're talking about.
I do. Hit it. To Phoenix, I say thus. Thank you for teaching us so many about the world and for putting up with Dex and Steve-O's crazy nonsense. Answers to your serious questions. I do not have a typewriter, so I hope writing in cursive is sufficiently old-fashioned for you.
Oh, thank you.
Also, I was the one whose great-great-grandfather was one of Queen Victoria's bodyguards.
Ah, now it's all coming
I
home.
have included 2 pictures of the china cups she used to take her medicine from.
Hey, wait a minute. Stop the music. Stop the music.
Interrupting my story. That's pretty cool.
This person must have known because what happened is Steve-O took the zebra candy, Dex took the other stuff,
know, right?
and I naturally went towards the teacups with these. So how this person knows us. Is this person spying on us?
No,
maybe?
but I mean they listen to us every day.
I mean, this is pretty amazing.
I know.
This is pretty amazing. I didn't, the other stuff, but when I saw the teacups,
carry on.
Oh.
The full story of how we got the teacups is too long for this letter, but I thought you would enjoy the history
we got time.
and artistry of the pictures.
I did.
Finally, brethren, I love you all. Thank you so much for all you do. I will definitely keep chiming in and would love to see you at the next Crucis invasion. When is that again? ? Smiley face. Your brother in Christ, Crucis Mike. P.S. Everyone is not a Lobo, even if I was wrong about them not barking. Suns up, guns up, go Aggies.
Full story.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wait, so Crucis Michael is the
Crucis Mike.
Crucis Mike, man. And now I get it.
We got
so
a ladder,
so the quarters.
we got all kinds of
look
stuff.
at the quarters. These are archaeological things where you put for size. That's why they did. He wanted to show you the size.
Up. You can also
Man, this is awesome. But here's the thing, Crucis Mike.
Yeah. Just go ahead and keep talking.
We gotta write a long letter back.
We do.
Oh, you do, Venus.
No. We all type.
Oh, there's zebra cake rolls.
We all type.
Even better.
So look at this. So how did he know that I would gravitate towards the pictures with teacups? Steve-O would get the zebra cakes.
Hold on. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Why didn't you send me a sloth? Okay. I hate Sour Bright troll gummies, okay? But it does have a sloth on it, so I appreciate that. But next time, if you could send a sloth in the mail,
oh, dude,
I'd appreciate that.
I just want to see how these held up coming from Las Cruces to,
they'll held up going to the moon.
You got to test the
They're
product.
zebra cakes. They could stay like 14 years on the shelf.
Yeah. Gross.
This is just way too much sugar
what I'm gonna
for
do?
breakfast.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go have a cup of tea. And these in front of me. You know what? This is so good, though. We're going to have to mention this letter again on Thursday.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean, that's how good it was. I mean, we don't have to read the whole thing, but just mention the kindness and the thought that went into this letter.
Shout out to Crucis Mike, because that was
Crucis. This is just awesome.
We do need to get back down there. I enjoy visiting Las Cruces.
But now we have to write this marvelous letter, typewritten letter, back to him, which, by the way, until Crucis's letter, we haven't got any recently. So 4001 Osuna Road, Northeast 87109.
Yep.
So you could either handwrite it like Crucis did, you could type it, whatever you want to do, but we need either handwritten or on a typewriter letter. And we will write you back. Yes, we will.
Yes.
And we each type our own sections. This isn't like, we don't get a secretary to do this. This is actually hard work,
we do
guys.
this.
Yes, of course.
Somebody chimed in on the live line and said, Steve-O, does Phoenix look like Doctor Strange to you?
He does, guys.
All right. Okay.
He doesn't have the goatee, man.
Can I say something
you do
about this,
look
Benedict?
just like him.
So I can't tell you how many times I'm standing in line and people start staring at me, particularly kids, and then they start giggling. So and at the subway I go to, they call me Benedict now.
That is hilarious.
They call me Benedict, and they said, "Do you mind if we just call you Benedict?" And I said, "Go ahead." I know. They go, "Dude, you look just like Benedict." I go, "No, I have brown eyes. He has blue eyes." And then I'm at this baseball game, right?
Yeah.
And I go because one of our kid, a friend's kids, is playing. And I go over there to Ezra and to encourage him, and all the kids on the bench start giggling. They start giggling, and I'm like, what's going on? And I later find out that they all thought I looked like Doctor Strange.
Please grow a goatee.
Oh, you need to.
Please. Grow. Can you grow a goatee?
Maybe for Halloween. Could you be Doctor Strange for Halloween?
I don't think I've ever seen you with any facial hair. Do you shave like 3 times a day?
Yeah, a couple times. No, one time a day. I maybe for Halloween I could.
You really shave like every day?
Yeah, I shave every day. It's proper. I graduated from England.
There's no pictures out there of you with a beard or anything?
No. Really? There's pictures of me with long hair.
Oh, ponytail? Long?
Well, I did have, really long. Yeah, when I was in my rock band days, I had long hair, but I always shaved.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Just because I'm proper.
Come on, man.
Do you understand? I grew up with a grandmother who sang me songs about keeping my elbows off the table. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, man, yeah.
You are strong and you are able. Keep your elbows off the table. And I had to sit up straight. Everything was proper in front of me.
Oh, man.
And I'm telling you, this is very British. And you joke that our family lineage has a castle. We do. So my grandmother's maiden name is Sutherland.
Okay.
Hence why my daughter's name is Sutherland.
Right.
So her name is Agnes Sutherland. And the Sutherland Castle's up in Scotland.
Yeah.
And so everything was like prim and proper. Like if she saw my posture right now, like
she would rake you over the knuckles.
She would pull me by the ear. And, so it was about being prim and proper growing up.
You're still pretty prim and proper.
I'm still prim and proper, I guess.
Like going out to eat or whatever, you're still pretty, yeah.
Although
you're obnoxious with waiters.
Yeah. I like to put...
You ask 1,000 questions.
I do like to ask questions. You get to know people that way. But
it's like they just want to take your order, man. They got like 8 other tables.
I know. I just want to meet them, talk to them, see who they are, what floats their boat.
Right.
So whoever wrote in and said I look like Benedict Cumberbatch, I hear it all the time. I don't. I'm older than him. He has blue eyes. I have brown eyes. But we both have wide set eyes, so I get that.
Well, before you leave, speaking of Benedict.
Yes.
I need to share this story because this is pretty
hilarious. In a terribly not funny way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not cool.
No one knew this.
The police in Bismarck, North Dakota, they just caught a guy who egged more than 20 cars at a school last month. And the name of the guy behind the eggings...
What?
Was Benedict.
Come
Eggs
on!
Benedict. I get it.
This is real, man.
I thought it had something connected to Benedict Cumberbatch.
No.
Like he was on some
in
drunken...
North Dakota?
Well, it's filming a movie on some drunken binge. It's like, what do you do in North Dakota? Hey, I got it, guys. I got it. We're going to go egg cars.
They straight up, like, in the paper, called him Eggs Benedict. He's got like a super criminal name.
Yeah.
Oh, Eggs Benedict.
Criminal mastermind, 19-year-old Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict.
Yeah, he caused $3,200 worth of damage to cars.
gosh.
By egging
Wow,
them.
that isn't cool. But guys, can we say once again to it's Crucis, right?
Yeah. Crucis Mike.
Crucis Mike, these beautiful teacups. I'm going to go have my cup of tea, which, by the way, if we ever want to talk about tea, if we want to talk about tea at some point, I'll tell you all my favorite brands, guys.
Wow.
I have favorite brands of tea.
Really?
Yeah.
I would really love that.
Yeah.
Earl Grey.
No, not just flavors. Brands of tea.
Brands.
Like Taylor's of Harrogate, PG Tips.
I
like
have no idea what you're talking about.
Berries of Ireland. I mean, guys, these are important questions.
Stop.
Oh, this is so good.
There we go.
Oh, this is good. Guys, thanks for having me in, reading that letter, because it was such a sweet letter.
It was.
And for my teacups, thank you.
Winnie said that my accent wasn't bad. It would be more convincing if I toned it down a bit. So it's she gave me about an 8 out of 10.
Hey, 8 out of 10 is still pretty good.
Pretty good, man.
Coming from our friend across the pond. Good morning, Winnie.
Good morning, Winnie.
Good morning.
I'm going to go watch some more Harry Potter and then tone it down.
All right, B-Nix will be joining us on Thursday at 7 for 3 Degrees. Can't wait.
That's right.
We'll see you then,
See you
man.
guys.
All right. We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Evangel Christian Academy is a private school that is Christ-centered for tomorrow's leaders. With affordable tuition, small classes, a great sports program, and a secure facility, Evangel strives to equip students for the work God has for them. Our high school utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our academy campus taught by our staff. Evangel uses a leadership-driven and individualized learning model to help prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. To further speak to individual students with various circumstances, we have a Christian-focused online homebound program for up to 20 students, grade 6 through 12. For more information about our programs, grade K through 12, please call 505-883-4674 or go online to ecanm.info. That's ecanm.info.
This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
We're all falling into the same rhythm as we all make much of Jesus, as we all lift up his name. We're all becoming like each other, and the pull of the world is diminishing as our eyes are open once again to the majesty of God. We're becoming like each other because we're spending time together. My friend Pastor Craig Groeschel likes to put it this way, and I don't think I could put it better than this. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. If you show me who you're hanging out with, who you're doing life with, who are the core relationships in your life, I'll know where you're heading because you're going to drift towards those things. We become like those that we do life with. Why? Because they're going to be there to rumble certain things and to not rumble certain things. And if you're hanging out with the wrong people, they're going to rumble the wrong things.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusko.com. This is KLYT Albuquerque, Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ, Mintmore, K201CC, Las Cruces, K203EZ, Alamogordo, K207CQ, Gallup, K211CW, Hobbs, K212EH, Silver City, K214DE, Antonito, K218AK, Artesia, K250AB, Roswell, K293AO, Alamosa, K228DQ, Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
I've been wrestling with my thoughts, I've been searching for daylight, trying to make sense of the mess, trying to feel like I'm alright. All these questions without answers, feeling restless and abandoned. Will you hear my call? Will you be there when I fall? You say all of this time and I've never let you down. I carried you then, I'll carry
Morning Invasion.
Ready for this? What?
On Star 88.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Dex and Steve, good morning. Hanging out on this beautiful Monday in the 505. Thanks so much for joining us, Starmy. Hanging out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. Go hang out with us, guys. You can watch the show. We upload the shows weekdays. You can go back, get caught up. We also have a podcast. We're on demand. iTunes. If you've downloaded the Star 88 app to your smartphone, you can get us on demand there as well. You can stream us live right now. So many ways to hang out with us. Of course, if you ever need anything, need us to pray for you, maybe you have a question, maybe you need a pastor, hit us up, guys. Studio at star88.fm. You can email us. You can call in. We'll put you on hold. We'll do it on the air if you want. You can be completely anonymous. We have Shock Therapy Live on Thursday. We can throw it out there with Pastor Nate Heitzig and Janae. So send them in. Send your questions in. We're always here for you. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call in. And you can text into the show. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
When all the world's languages are poured into a single bowl, the word recognizable to all will be freedom.
Guys, there is something that I need to talk about.
This is
the force that binds our atoms together, the legacy we leave our children.
There's something that happens every 4th of July, and I look forward to getting the results. I've never once tuned in live to this event, but I look forward to getting the results sometime after the 4th of July. I am talking about...
And he will fight at any cost for its cause.
I'm not talking about D.C., no, I'm not. I'm not talking about the UFC.
Until his spine
I'm not talking about Steve-O and his spine. No, I'm not.
Until his bones are cracked and splintered and scraped like chalk on pavement.
I'm still not talking about Steve-O Jeter.
Until he lies, coins on his eyes, duty done.
Until he lies, coins on his eyes, duty dong? What?
Wages paid, battle won. He will fight, for he is the champion of now and of always.
Who are we talking about, Steve-O? What's his name?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Of north and of south, of the air, of the fire, of the sea, of the land, of the free, of the 4th of July, of one nation, under God.
No, I thought this was a guy like pumping up the hot dog eating contest. No, this is a guy pumping up Joey Chestnut, the champion of the hot dog eating contest.
Indivisible. He is champion. Joey Chestnut.
Oh my God. I've had the opportunity to have Joey Chestnut on the show multiple times, and he is so arrogant and so full of himself.
I don't understand.
But he is the champion of the hot dog eating.
He's the champion of nothing.
Take it back right now. He's the Coney Island hot dog eating contest champion. He downed 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes, which was enough to break the previous record of 72. 74!
Joey Chestnut, a legend. It continues with number 11 at Nathan's.
The Roger Federer of food with 11.
Unofficially at 64, but we believe there may be a scoring discrepancy.
Joey Chestnut, as certified.
Get out of here. We're watching the video right now. I want to puke just watching the video.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to watch this.
There is a science to doing this, though. These guys are true athletes because it takes a lot of skill to shove that many hot dogs and that many buns into your mouth. Do you know how they do the buns? They soak them in water, and then they throw them in their mouth. So they
like
they shrink down. I know, right?
A little tighter now, but still great.
Look at him. He's just doing everything he can not to puke up the hot dogs.
The sleep of 1,000 martyrs if he can take home the belt.
Wait, what did he say about martyrs? Did he just say
these last few days?
Margin a little tighter now, but still great. 16-dog margin for Chestnut. He will sleep the sleep of 1,000 martyrs if he can take home the belt yet again.
He will sleep the sleep of 1,000 martyrs if he can take home the belt.
Wearing a Jaws t-shirt, pushing the big man, Joey Chestnut, the #1 ranked eater
Again,
in the world.
the question is, will we have
I can't
potentially
I'm
up to
moving on.
six-
Here's
I'm
what's
moving on in
crazy
my
about
brain. I just moved on in my
these athletes that throw down.
Stop calling them athletes.
None of them are fat. They're all skinny.
Right.
They're all skinny guys.
Yeah.
It's a science to be able to stretch your stomach out days before. You want to stretch it out so that way when it's time, your stomach is stretched so you can fit as much as you possibly can in your gut.
I guess for me, when all is said and done, and he is dead soon, will it all have been worth it?
Absolutely.
Like, you pour your heart and your soul, like your everything into this one thing. And it's like, to be a hot dog eater guy.
Think about, you know what they win, right?
What?
Every year that Joey Chestnut wins, he gets a year's supply of hot dogs.
No, shut up.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
So I heard the opening, the hype man, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Nate Heitzink from Saturday's Freedom Fest because the whole when you pour all the words of the world into one bowl and then the one word you'll be able to pull out is freedom. That's what I thought it was.
Oh my gosh.
But I had a feeling it was the hot dog eating contest.
Oh man, that's
well
good.
done, sir.
That is good. That is good.
But hey, the real question is, why don't they do a puking contest afterwards just to see who
Oh, gosh.
can
Stop talking
throw
right
hot
now.
dogs
No, man,
afterwards.
you should see them. I've watched that afterwards. These guys are just vomiting.
Stop talking. Moving on. I'm done.
Back to the action.
I'm so hungry.
Eaters reached 50 this year. We were expecting to see perhaps the highest average, but the pace pretty slow.
This is his 11th win in 12 years. It's been over a decade since Kobayashi dominated the contest. Joey beat him in 2007, and he's been unstoppable ever since. His only loss came in 2015 when he came in second behind Matt Stoney.
Lauren on Facebook said, it's not enough to have lived. We should be determined to live for something. That would be Winston Churchill. He lived to be the champion of hot dogs.
Listen.
The king of wieners.
Just because you don't like people eating hot dogs.
I don't get it, dude. Oh, it's so gross to me.
That
I
doesn't
can't
mean
even
it's
look
not
over at your
cool.
computer.
That doesn't mean that they're not athletes because, again, these guys
not
train
athletes
24/7, man. This is an intense life that these athletes go through to get ready. Look at this. Joey Chestnut is choking down these hot dogs and these the water. They soak the buns in the water and cram it right down, man. It's insane. Again, 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Nicknamed Jaws.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty impressive. Like, he just crushes the competition. Everybody in second place. Right now, he's got 58. Second place, 42. Come on, man. Everybody else should just go home. Back to the action.
60 hot dogs, nobody even close right now.
See?
Sakati, Esper, and Breeden all battling for second.
He's like the Michael
Behind
Jordan
greatest
of
eater
hot
all
dog
time,
eating.
Joey Chestnut, a mere half minute away from number 11.
18-dog margin.
So he trains by fasting and stretching his stomach with milk, water, and protein supplements. His competition weight varies from 225 to 240 pounds.
He must be pretty tall then. Because he doesn't look heavy at all. He doesn't look like a very heavy guy. He looks like an athlete. He looks like
He does not. If you say that
he
one
looks
more
like a
time.
track and field
No, he
star,
does
like an
not.
NBA basketball player. Serious guys. These
Oh,
guys
man.
are world-class athletes. You know? I mean, could you do that? Could you stuff 74 hot dogs in your mouth in 10 minutes? Huh?
I mean,
No, you couldn't.
I would never want to.
Yeah. I'd never want to play soccer.
He's 6'1", by the way. Yeah, but that's a real sport.
Oh, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I don't play baseball or watch baseball, but apparently it's America's greatest sport.
I mean, it's America's pastime. Let's get it
Whatever.
right. Let's get it right.
I don't know. One of these days, it's on my bucket list to go to Coney Islands.
Somebody said, I bet you could eat 74 decks. I believe in you.
I could eat 74. I don't think I could do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
10 minutes is insane.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? There's no way I could eat 74 of those bad boys. Steve-O probably could beat me. Steve-O can throw down.
I can.
You should enter into one of these contests, man.
No.
Like a pie eating contest.
No, because I'd want to
something?
keep. On 4th of July,
Ribs?
there was a pie eating contest, and I
Did you win?
I didn't enter.
What?
I was staring at it like, I could totally do this. I really do eat a lot of food. When I'm with my buddy Jay, he's always like, I just want to
Yeah,
watch you
it's
eat because
insane.
I put down food.
Well, you're so skinny.
I'm not that skinny, though.
Not as much as you used to be. You put on a
No.
little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're bulking up like your bro. By the
Thanks.
way, your bro is stacked, bro. Like, what's he on?
Cloud 9,
Do we
bro.
need to test him?
He's high on Jesus.
We need
Seriously.
to test him, man.
I'm super proud of my brother. We were spending time
he's-
together this
he's
weekend.
looking great.
Yeah. You know, and in all reality, guys, like people talk about wanting to be healthy and like live better, but then you have stupid, like this guy.
What? Take it back.
Super proud of my brother hanging out over the weekend at Luke's baseball game with you.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, they've been going to church and they've been like
Oh,
he's
that's
just
cool.
truly like surrendered his life and given up some of those worse habits that he used to carry around.
Yeah.
Some might call them addictions. Yeah. So
Yeah, I need to get his workout routine.
somebody said this guy you're talking about is a glutton. That's what he is. It's disgusting.
Okay. A glutton? Really?
a
You
glutton
you
for
can't
food.
call them a glutton.
Glutton for food.
Take it back, whoever sent that in. They're
No!
not gluttonous at all. They're not doing it because they enjoy the food. This
What
is
if
a
he enjoys
competition.
the fame? You just said he was really arrogant.
I judged him. I judged him.
I know.
Because I was a fan of Kobayashi. And I told him that I was a fan of Kobayashi. And the interview went downhill from there. We've never recovered. Our relationship has never been the same.
Dude, my boy Adrian, who I've been friends with for many, many years, says, man, I remember you eating a whole pizza by yourself. And we
Yes.
were like, where does it
A
go?
whole pizza.
Yeah.
If you could pick one item, let's say we could throw down whatever food contest, eating contest. What food would you pick?
Oh, I would crush at pizza.
You'd do pizza?
I would crush at pizza. Although yesterday, when our boys won the district championship, we went to a wing place, which was pretty great because we walked in and everybody started clapping the boys in. It was so
that was cool.
Yeah. So, and I put down
How many wings?
I
How many
don't-
wings?
I don't even. A pretty good
152?
amount of. I put down a good amount.
Do you have
of
to take
wings
another loan out
yesterday.
to pay that bill? B-dubs? 'Cause that is
I
not
didn't say
pricey.
B-dubs. I didn't say it. I said a wing place. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. It's
I like food, man.
what flavor did you get?
Caribbean jerk.
Ooh.
It's my jam.
See, I like the garlic parmesan and
Ugh.
the Asian zing.
Oh gosh, my kids get that.
Oof.
You're like a child.
Come on, man.
That parm garlic, bro. You can't have more
Ugh.
than 3 of them before your tongue melts off
What are you
because
talking
of
about?
the sodium.
I do love that habanero one.
Yeah, mango habanero.
Yeah, because it's not hot at first, and then all of a sudden you're like,
I wanted to
"Ah."
go big, but it was like, but I haven't eaten. It was like my first, so I knew I was going to eat a lot. And I was like, I don't want to tear a hole through my stomach because eating 30 mango habanero wings, like.
Are you boneless?
Yesterday I was.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I judge people that eat boneless wings.
Why? I'm lazy.
Come on, man.
I don't want to have to eat with my hands at this point. I'm tired. I've been in the sun all day watching a baseball game. Just give me the boneless ones. I'm good. I can pack more in.
505-338-3700 if you'd like to call into the show. If you get a chance, if you would like to check it out, just go to YouTube and watch this year's Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Joey Chestnut threw down 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes, beating his previous record of 72 he set last year. Nobody has been able to stop him in quite some time. All right, let's move on to America's top 10 guilty pleasures. What do you think? Number one.
Food.
Guilty pleasure.
Literally just talked.
All right, well, what does it have to do with food as far as guilty pleasure? According to this survey, 84% of us have at least one guilty pleasure, and we indulge 5 times a week on average. What is the most common guilty pleasure we have as Americans?
Chinese food.
Oh, I had some a couple days ago. Oh, sweet and sour pork.
Oh, stop, dude. I have not
Hey,
eaten
Fuyong.
breakfast.
No, not Chinese
Pizza.
food. Pizza, no. No.
Are you sure it's not pizza?
Top 10
Guilty
pleasures.
See, but okay, here's the question. What defines a,
All right,
quote, guilty pleasure versus just a pleasure?
Okay, so-
I enjoy pizza. There's no guilt about it.
The top 10 guilty pleasure list involves food, TV, and being lazy. Okay?
Oh, so Netflix is number one? Binging 17 hours of television when you should be working?
Number 9 on the list. And number 10 was watching TV all day. Number 9 was binge watching an entire TV series in one sitting. I did 2 seasons of 60 Days In on A&E.
To be fair, okay, but you have to clarify. You were like crazy sick this last week.
Oh, it's just
in bed,
dying in bed.
Right. So because of that changes things a little bit in my mind. If I'm healthy and I'm just being lazy, I'm so behind on like TV watching because I just haven't had time to sit down for one episode, much less binging an entire series in one sitting.
Yep.
Not season, series, guys. Oh.
505-585-LIVE. You can text in. What do you think is the number one guilty pleasure?
Multiple people chimed in with the same thing. Starbucks.
No.
No, really?
No.
Somebody else said Dr. Pepper?
No.
Facebook.
Let's see. Is social media on there? No. What?
There's no way.
Social
Donuts?
media's on the top 10.
I'm going to say donuts?
No. No.
Gosh. Eating pizza in bed when he said, that's a good one, man.
You guys, most
Ice
of the top
cream?
10 isn't so specific.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like number 10 was watching TV all day. Number 9 was binge watching an entire TV series in one sitting.
Okay.
Number 8
so we're
is
getting really
eating fast food.
Oh, okay.
Is number 8 on the list.
Pop music.
No.
Video games.
No. Not on the top 10. Number 7 was staying in your pajamas all day.
Oh, okay.
Number 6.
I can't do that, dude. When I wake up, I put clothes on.
Oh, because you
and then if my
actually
kids
have pajamas?
Yeah.
Like,
you like pajama pants, like flannel pajama pants
Really?
that I put on at night? Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Why is that weird to you?
I don't know. I've just never worn pajamas ever in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I just walk around in my underwear all day.
See, you know what the funny thing is? I made the mistake. Oh my gosh, we had friends over yesterday. Brody Parker. We had friends over yesterday. Last week, it was so hot. We got home from the baseball game, and I will say, walked in the house with the family, and I went, it's underwear day!
Oh my gosh. And you didn't know?
It was so hot. No, nobody was there.
Oh.
Oh, man, stripped down, and I'm like, woo! On my way upstairs to go take a shower, like being funny.
Right.
Brody thought it was the best thing he'd ever seen. So now every day he's like, it's underwear day. Last night we had friends over with their daughters. He's in the living room in front of everybody, and he goes, Dad, guess what day it is? I'm like, Brody, no. Brody, I'm serious, dude, no. And he goes, it's underwear day.
Man.
And I had to like tackle him. I'm like, no, dude, not funny. There are ladies present. You are not stripping down. All the Jeter boys have like PJs.
That's good.
You don't have PJs?
No,
man?
I just wear. I have workout shorts and a
that
t-shirt.
counts. That's
Those
you're not
like
hanging out in
true
your underwear.
pajamas, though.
That's pajamas, dude.
No, it's the same ones I run in every day. Top 10 guilty pleasures. What's the number one?
Taking a bath.
No.
Oh. See, Winnie said she stays in PJs all day if she's home. Smoking?
No. People don't smoke anymore. Come on.
Rochelle said that. Don't get on me after that. Not ice cream. Did we already say ice cream?
Having too much ice cream was number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Andrea who just said good morning from New York City on my way to Boston for a Red Sox game.
Oh, nice.
Red Sox game? Is that a guilty pleasure?
No.
Too many desserts. I feel like that's like too much ice cream.
Yeah, too much. Buying yourself a treat like a candy bar is number 5.
Gosh.
Looking for the number 1 answer, guys. What do you think? Procrastinating was number 4.
Ooh. America's guilty pleasures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm kind of proud that I'm like stumped.
Whoa, good morning.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, guys don't wear PJs.
The guys don't wear PJs?
Guys
no,
don't wear.
Boxers. Boxers, that's it.
Well, yeah. We're talking
Like,
about
you
to
wear
bed? I don't wear them to bed.
Once I'm home, there's no shirt, ever.
No shirt ever?
Ever. Like, even in the winter, my wife's like, aren't you cold? Nope.
Man.
Not wearing a shirt, though.
Are you
funny.
super skinny? Probably
Yeah.
ripped. See?
No,
Fat,
I'm not
fat guys
ripped,
can't do
no.
that. Even fat guys that live alone can't just walk around with their shirt off. Because then they're always like, they always see themselves being fat, and you're like, ugh.
Speaking of eating chocolate cake for a meal, is that a...
No.
Okay.
No, but quick question.
Yeah.
So, if a father of a little 3-year-old little girl, when do I have to start actually wearing the basketball
See,
shorts
that's what I'm saying, man.
around
Because
the house?
I just have boys, but like we all rock like PJ pants if we're around the house because we're like, yo, respect your mom. No
Dude,
one.
PJ pants are so hot. They're just sweating in those things.
Then get some shorts.
Yeah,
like
just
I
wear
gotta
shorts
get
like I
pair of
wear.
basketball shorts, whatever.
Yeah, what's the difference between boxer shorts and just like regular shorts?
Like 2 inches
layers.
of cotton?
Yes, because you're sitting on the couch and like the furniture and stuff, and like when you have boys, when you have boys, like man, stinky, like you put layers, man. Oh.
Yes, well, I'm just here to finish my song that you guys cut me off on the other day. Freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. Love you guys.
Love you too, bro. Hey, man.
Somebody said calling in sick when you're not sick. Ooh. Is that a guilty pleasure?
Somebody accused me of that last week.
Really?
Bill Peterson.
Well, we have like 3 people say it just now too. So calling in sick when you're not sick. Calling sick from work when you're not actually
nope,
sick.
No.
Somebody said this list is stupid. So many
You're
things
stupid.
mentioned should be on the list but aren't.
All right, we're looking for number 1. Here's a few more.
Rocking your cell phone while on the John.
No. Eating a whole bag of chips. Having cereal for dinner. And
that's
drinking
not
milk
that's
from
just
the carton.
a pleasure, bro.
Just missed the
That
top
is
10.
Just a pleasure.
Here's some of the weirdest guilty pleasures people came up with. Drinking pickle juice. That's the New Mexico thing, man. Eating baby food. I used to love baby food.
Gross!
I loved it.
I don't get a lot of these. I don't get.
Eating mayonnaise straight from the jar.
Oh, dude, I just saw colors.
And one person said they love to eat straight baking soda. What is wrong
These
with
are weird.
you?
Again, the New York Post. So,
number 1 guilty pleasure, according to this survey, 84% of us have at least one guilty pleasure. Number 1, which I don't agree with the number 1. I don't agree with it. I don't
Okay.
think that's the number 1. Because I don't really do it anymore. Do you want me to give it to you guys?
yes.
We'll do it after the break.
Okay. No.
After the break, we'll be right back.
What is that voice?
All right. The number 1. The number 1 guilty pleasure. Okay, now I'm getting off track.
Yeah.
According to this survey, the number 1 guilty pleasure, ordering
Naps.
No. Oh man, why isn't naps on there?
Naps that's just a pleasure. I rock those on the huge.
The number 1 guilty pleasure is
Eating 74 hot dogs.
no.
Bacon.
The number 1 guilty pleasure is
I say again, naps. Thank you, Rochelle.
ordering takeout or delivery.
That's literally the first thing I said.
No,
Literally, the first thing I said was Chinese food, and nobody
Okay.
ever goes into a Chinese restaurant to order Chinese. Like, you pick that up and you eat it at home. When was the last time you were inside a Chinese restaurant?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I'm not joking.
No, I know.
When
That's a
I
good point.
said Chinese food,
You're
I
right.
wasn't thinking going out to a nice Chinese dinner place.
You know what? You're right.
I was
right.
thinking
You're
picking
right.
that stuff up to go, Pei Wei. Ain't nobody got time to hang out.
You're absolutely right. You know what? You win.
Literally the first thing
It's the
I
first
said.
thing you said.
Because I thought about like all the times where you're like driving home
Right.
after watching a kid's game or something's going on late night at work or something, and then you're like, I really don't want to cook.
I know, right?
I'm calling Rose Garden right now.
I love it. That's so funny. There you go. Number one, which I don't know. Ordering takeout or delivery
How's that-
is
I mean-
America's number one guilty pleasure.
Maybe it's because people are more conscious about the way they spend money, and
Maybe.
when you order food takeout, delivery, whatever, it's so expensive.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's nothing better than not having to cook dinner and just having that takeout,
Being
man.
broke, not having a retirement because you spent it all on wonton soup.
I had wonton soup.
Ooh.
Wonton soup.
Egg drop, that's my jam.
I love it too.
If I'm sick, it's like, I just need some
hot and
egg
sour.
drop.
Maybe hot and sour. All right, we got to take a break. We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
God says, use your money for a purpose. Use some of it to express love to me. That's the treasury fund. Use some of it to express love to other believers in God's family. That's the mutual fund. Use some of it to help yourself grow personally. That's the growth fund. It says, I want you to grow and invest some of your money to make yourself better and smarter and wiser and a more skilled person. You see, when you do that, you can make yourself an offering to God. You can not only give an offering, the Bible says you can be an offering. Look at this next verse. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. You become an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for Him.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. Andy Stanley examines the life of David in this Star PowerPoint.
This is why you and this is why I have the potential to resent our parents more than anyone else. Because our hope was, or perhaps still is, in them. You never placed much hope in that couple living across the street, did you? Your parents could make you so mad, but you were always polite to the neighbors, which made your parents so mad. And you continue to be polite to your neighbors. I mean, this is true of you who are parents, right? You have a son or a daughter that's driving you crazy, and when they're with friends, they're so polite, and you're thinking, I knew that was in you. Why can't you do that at home? Or somebody brings your son or daughter back and say, they are such a gentleman, she's such a lady, and you look to make sure they brought the right kids home. You know, what is that, right? But again, it's the nature of wherever we place our hope, that is where our trust is. And wherever we place our trust, that's where our hope is.
That's Andy Stanley with a PowerPoint on Star 88. Dr. Francis Collins, head of the Human Genome Project, says this: I am privileged to be somebody who tries to understand nature using the tools of science. But it is also clear that there are some really important questions that science cannot really answer, such as, why is there something instead of nothing? Why are we here? In those domains, I have found that faith provides a better path to answers. I find it oddly anachronistic that in today's culture there seems to be a widespread presumption that scientific and spiritual views are incompatible. Star 88 with a solar flag.
Take a step back, take a good look at myself. I can admit that I fell so far that I need your help. I'd be happy to try and tell you the truth. I'm scared of what that will do, but I need to be straight with you. I made a mess with you and me. Would you let me less if I confess? Forgiveness, forgiveness. I made a mess with you and me. your forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Take a look at how we can find a cure. Can we use honest words, even if the healing hurts? Look in my eyes, I need to apologize, though I can't turn back time. Your love will erase my crimes. I made a mess, would you love me? Would you love me less? For confess, forgiveness, forgiveness. I made a mess, would you love me? Would you love me less? For confess, don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Hearts wide open, can you let me explain? I was so messed up, and I'm only a human. I'm the first to admit it. I made a mistake. Don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Don't give up on me just yet. I'm asking forgiveness. Let me explain. I was so messed up, and I'm only a human. I'm the first to admit it. I made a mistake. Don't give up on me just yet. I need your forgiveness.
What's going on in the news today?
Ant-Man and the Wasp opening at the top spot of the box office.
Federal regulations have delayed a $500,000 Utah-funded study on marijuana's impact on pain.
Tropical storm Beryl speeding through the eastern Caribbean.
More fires are igniting near Los Angeles. One has forced evacuations in Burbank.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is playing down comments made by North Korea's foreign ministry following weekend talks. The North accused the U.S. of gangster-like demands.
Researchers at Cornell found a new class of cancer drugs were more effective in lab trials on mice put on ketogenic diets.
Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed came to neighboring Eritrea to meet with President Isaias Afwerki.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he's confident North Korea will stick to its commitment to.
The coach of Spain's national soccer team, Fernando Hierro, is out after less than a month.
A new study finds that a significant number of Americans using opioids have had run-ins with the law.
I got me a bunch of firecrackers. At the store I bought a great big package. Light the fuse, then run away. They command now.
No.
But I was dumb, I lit one in my hand now. I'll be looking for my fingers.
Okay.
I'll be looking for my fingers.
Guys, this is a serious conversation to be had. I don't think we did it justice before we left on vacation. Guys, so many. You just Google firework injuries 2018, and it's like thousands and thousands of like reports pop up.
It's bad.
It's so bad. Every year it happens. Let me just read a few. Man suffers catastrophic hand injuries using illegal fireworks. Happened in Maryland. Remember the NFL player, Jason Pierre-Paul? Remember that guy? He was. He's every year now. He goes around and does PSAs because it was back in 2015. This NFL player, he's a defensive end for the New York Giants. He blew off his right hand while handling fireworks.
He now plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He made it back.
He did.
He made it back. You don't need your right hand when you're a defensive end.
Oh, man.
He blew it off.
I don't need my hand.
You don't need a hand. Guess it depends on.
Have you seen his hand though? He's kind of got a.
It's pretty mangled, dude. It's pretty mangled.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's bad. What else we got? Teen suffers severe facial trauma during firework accident. Just catastrophic injuries all over. There was a 23-year-old guy. He put a firework on the top of his head and lit it,
dumb.
and he's dead.
I don't understand.
He's dead.
I understand he was intoxicated, but it's like, dude, he put a
Yeah.
mortar on his head.
It's like putting a grenade on your head. It's like putting a quarter stick of dynamite on your head. Is it? I don't really know. I mean, is a mortar, is that?
Yeah,
like,
those
is
are
that
the,
like a-
those
is
are
like
the
a
illegal
dynamite?
fireworks. Those are the, and that's why they have to have the tube. Why, normally you have professionals and firefighters nearby. But it's like, nah, bro, we got this.
Yeah, I share it every year, but I almost burnt down the lumberyard next to my house that I grew up in. We lived right next door to the lumberyard, and we were out. There was these things that they used to sell that were legal. They were called butterflies. Now they're illegal because...
Oh, those are the ones that are like...
Yeah, they fly. They
Oh,
shoot
dude.
straight up,
Yeah.
and they launch.
Land in
And-
somebody's backyard, catch fire.
Yeah, we did that. We lit off some butterflies, and it flew over the lumberyard into the field next to it, and we just went into the house and started playing, and then I saw smoke pillowing over the lumberyard, and we ran over. The whole field was on fire, and it was coming over into the lumber. We saved the lumber that day.
Well done.
We saved the lumber. We took off our shirts, and we were just like hitting the fire so it wouldn't get on the lumber. Man. Guys, this family in Albuquerque lost their house because somebody lit an illegal firework. It hit their propane tank. It exploded, and their house is toast. Their 10-year-old Chihuahua got loose and is missing now. Praying that thing didn't get eaten by a coyote. But, yeah, it's sad every year. So, again, guys, some of you are still lighting fireworks off. Knock it off.
Yeah, dude, I want to go to bed.
Knock it off.
Just want to go to bed.
Just want to do a quick PSA before we move on.
Thank you.
Talk about this man who likes to breastfeed his child.
Likes what?
Huh?
Go ahead, man.
Turn up your radio, guys, because this is going to be awesome. A woman in Wisconsin named April gave birth last month and had multiple seizures during an emergency C-section. Good news, she's fine. Baby's great. But right after the baby was born, it needed, when a baby, we've talked about this before, when a baby's born, it needs skin-to-skin contact or it'll die.
Right.
Like, a baby will die when you give birth if it doesn't have skin-to-skin contact. April, of course, she was in no condition. So a much more unlikely candidate stepped up to the plate. I'm talking about the husband. The dad's name is Maximilian Nubiata.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Maximilian Nubiata. And one of the nurses came up with a way for Maximilius to breastfeed his child. Steve-O, let's say little Brody Parker was born. Chrissy, she had terrible time giving birth to Brody.
Right, yes, right. Understand.
Nurse comes up to you and says, hey, your baby needs some skin-to-skin contact, and we need to start breastfeeding Brody immediately.
Okay.
Would you be able to step in?
Okay, what does this entail? I don't know if you've noticed, I am a male.
I need you to take your shirt off.
Father, okay?
Okay.
Guys, this is real. This really happened.
I need you to attach this small tube with formula to a suction cup.
Okay.
And put it over your left nipple.
Okay.
Okay? You're going to breastfeed your child.
Okay.
The nurse says she offered to do it for other dads before, and they usually look at her like she's nuts.
Yeah, dude. No, thanks, nurse.
But Steve-O loved the idea
His name is
and
Max.
rolled with it.
Yes, his name is Max.
He posted some photos of the feeding, and they're all over Facebook now. Here is Maximilius breastfeeding his child. Where?
Ish.
Wow, that is weird. I mean, the baby's on the nipple.
Right.
That's insane.
That's because they
You'd
have
think
to
there'd be
teach
like
the
a
baby.
There
is a
do that,
suction
bro?
cup. Yes, dude.
Could you do that,
Yeah,
dude?
for my newborn child that needs life and nourishment. Yes,
Oh, no,
bro.
Why can't like a nurse do
Called
it or something?
being a dad. Welcome to fatherhood. I love that he has a huge mom tattoo over his like right breast.
Aww.
It's dope, dad. Right
I don't
there.
know if I could do that.
You can do it.
I don't know. I think there would be like a
Welcome to fatherhood.
woman that could step up to do
You
it.
are
You know
so
what I'm saying?
stupid.
Here is the dad talking about breastfeeding his new daughter.
I was like, this is the greatest night of my life. I can't believe this is finally happening. I have tried multiple times. Usually I get a look of disbelief. Why would I even ask something so crazy? But Max was 100%. He's like, heck yes, let's do this.
That kind of weirds me out a little bit that he was pumped to do it.
It's your newborn.
Yeah, but
and they're telling you, hey, this is your first child, and the importance of skin-to-skin contact. This child needs it to like thrive/survive.
Yeah, but to be pumped to do it, no pun intended.
But well, I'm already shirtless, and I'll try just about anything once, and everybody got pretty excited and went for it. I think that's really what did it, is the mom tattoo right there with the baby.
It says mom, which is more perfect than anybody could have ever asked for. You would have thought the photo was staged.
I had some people message me from Romania. I was like, I need to get on Google Translator.
When I did walk into the nursery and they had him on his nipple, which I didn't see the fake nipple at first, so it was kind of like...
Yeah, that's what's weird about it. What's weird is you don't see the fake nipple that's over
But once
his
you
nipple.
know what's going on, it's actually pretty amazing that this dad stepped up and did that.
I'm not saying it's not amazing. I'm just saying I don't think I could do that.
Mm.
I'd rent a woman to do it for me or something.
You
There's got to be somebody I could.
But do you understand that it wouldn't hurt because it's basically a faux
You don't know
like
that.
suction cup thing
You
that
don't know
the
that, bro.
baby's actually latching on. It's just the purpose of the skin contact, which you would want as a father because you're like, yes, dad.
I think that child's going to be very confused when it gets older.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if this is going to catch on, though. I mean, this is, why should the woman always have to breastfeed?
Okay.
Why can't the men do it?
No, they already do. Oh, okay, I'm not even getting into this. Moving on. I'm not
Is
talking
that a
about this
pretty
anymore.
common thing, though? Is that a common thing for men to do, like something like this? Or is this just, hey, emergency, we need you,
I think
Dad?
it's an emergency.
Okay.
Somebody said, nope, this is weird. No straight male would agree to this. This person must not have kids.
All I'm saying is that I don't know if I'd be jumping to the chance to be like, okay, yes, let's do it.
Dude,
I'd be
it's your
like,
child.
whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa.
your newborn child. You're like, I'll do anything. Doing it. Doing it, bro. Stepping up to that plate.
Ah, you would. You'd step up to the plate and you'd do it.
I would.
So shout out, and I love the guy's name, Maximilian.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you, Maximilian Nubayar. I think that's how you say it.
Uh-huh.
Good job, man. You're a great dad. 505-585
He's a good, good father.
Oh, no.
Can we play that song?
No.
Okay.
We can't. Can't do it.
Chill, bro.
Okay. Guys, we're almost done. Chime in 505-338-3700. And I was pretty excited to check the voicemails while I was out, and we got a few. Guys, we need voicemails. Maybe this week we should do a day where we do promos again.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done promos in a while, and because a lot of people are always trying to get in with the promos, so that's what the live line is for. It's for you guys being creative and coming up with some fun promos for the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's also for people that just want to, brag on the station or share their testimony, share something cool, how the station has impacted their life. You can be funny, you can be serious, whatever you want. The live line is there for you, not only just to text in, but you can actually call it and leave voicemails. And I checked it this morning, and there was a couple.
Next message.
Hello. I was just thinking, I really miss your third person. He was really funny, and I'm just wondering when he'll be back on the show. So, I don't know where he's at, but if you could check in on Gilbert and see what he's doing, that'd be great. Thanks. Bye.
Gilbert?
I'm sorry.
I think he meant Dilbert, and
Maybe.
he's our third? What?
Yeah.
I mean, we should check in on Dilbert for sure. We haven't talked to him in a little while.
Right.
See how his comedy is coming along. But no, that's weird. Maybe he got the wrong number. I mean, that happens from time to time.
Next message.
First time listener, long time caller. I just wanted to take a second. Everybody knows about Steve-O, how funny he is and articulate he is. But nobody gives any real credit to the person that shows up early, make sure all the news stories are laid out for the day, the sound bites are ready, the person who gets the show together behind the scenes and does all the work. And I just wanted to call in and say thank you to Heidi, the Star Me Love Sheet.
Hello, Steve-O.
Was that Heidi on the voicemail? What?
Yeah.
505-585-LIVE. You can call it, leave a voicemail.
Next message.
Mr. Dex Toth. On June 27th, 2018, 11 minutes and 41 seconds into the podcast, you called Mr. Bill Peterson obese.
I did?
So you did call him obese.
What? Hello?
That's
Sir?
the whole voicemail.
Sir, are you there? Hello. So you did call him obese. Click.
I think maybe you were arguing you had not.
Did I? No, I mean, I know I called him obese, and I even apologized for calling him obese. I went on the air the next day, and I said, I apologize, Bill Peterson, for calling you obese, because shout out to Bill. He is doing it, man. He is losing weight like crazy. He's got at least 3 more days of this new lifestyle change, and he'll be back to his old ways. But I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. He's doing great.
Okay.
He gets to wear shorts to work every day now. Bragging about how he's got to carve a couple new notches in the belt because his shorts are falling down. Call it, guys. Leave a voicemail. This week we'll open up the phone lines and we'll do promos. So be thinking of some creative promos for the show. 505-585-5483. Call. Say whatever you want. It's for you guys.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't make sense, whatever. We don't care. Kids, have fun with it. Take it. Take it and go. All right. Before we get out of here, anything else you wanted to talk about? Shout out to let's give a shout out to your boys' baseball team because they are champions.
Paradise Hills Little League won the District 8 championship and heading off to state this Saturday. Take on some pretty tough competition, actually. So,
where's this going to take place?
Thankfully, in Rio Rancho this year. Every year, it's like in a different city. So, other divisions were in like Carlsbad, and and I'm like, oh, we don't have to travel far. Thank you. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's going down this Saturday. I'm sure there will be posts. Many of them.
Also, big shout out to the UFC light heavyweight champion, Daniel Cormier. He
And
won,
heavyweight champion.
yes, and heavyweight champion. He has 2 titles. Second person in UFC history to hold 2 titles in 2 different weight divisions. He knocked out Stipe and called out Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar jumped up, and it turned into a WWE.
I didn't like that.
I mean, it was all right.
It felt very, I don't know. Felt like a show.
Staged?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's pretty much
for ratings.
Most of it is staged now. Even
it's too bad.
Even I mean, think about it. That's how you have to get people interested in your fight.
Yeah.
You have to cause the drama. You have to create the chaos. You have to have a reason to want to order the pay-per-view event, you know?
Yeah.
So, and of course, living in Albuquerque, we know who the real champion is, DC.
DC.
No.
Oh, no?
No, he's not.
It's weird.
No.
I thought he was the champ because he has the belt.
No, he won't have it very long.
Okay.
Sooner or later, there's a man by the name of John Jones who is going to...
Is he going to come back and take that
Yeah,
title?
you know, he's going to come back. I think he's going to come back, guys. I think he's going to come back real soon. I really hope this investigation gets cleared up so John Jones can prove to the world that he is the...
he can do it fair.
He's the champion. Oh, you know what? Hey, we don't know that the last time, okay? It's under investigation right now, bro.
Okay.
All right?
Whether
We're putting that out
intentional
there.
or unintentional, it's still, they found something.
Hey, man, you know...
I'm just stating.
Hey, you're drinking a protein shake one day, and then the next day, a friend's like, hey, try some of my protein shake. And he's like, okay. And then you find out that some people cut protein with illegal drugs. You're like, what? What happened? I mean, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You got to check that stuff, man. Anyways, I think that DC is going to probably retire, and
Well, he's turning 40 in March.
as soon as John Jones announces he's back, he'll swoop in and grab the belts.
Okay.
Do you think DC would come out of retirement to fight John Jones again, or you think he would say no?
Nope.
Yeah.
40.
Because there's no way he could beat John Jones.
No. He's going to be 40, man. Yeah, no.
Do you think DC is going to beat Brock Lesnar?
Nope.
You don't think DC is going to beat Brock Lesnar? You think Brock Lesnar is going to beat
Well,
DC?
again, poor DC's got to fight all these dudes that are roided up. So, I mean, let's be fair.
I know, right? Seriously.
Brock hasn't had a fair fight since 2010.
Yeah.
He's been drugged in like all of them. And DC's like, well, I lost cleanly. Oh, I didn't lose
Yeah.
cleanly. I guess I'm the champ. So,
Yeah,
if
Brock
I
can't
could
even
just have
fight until they get all the steroids out of him.
I was quite impressed. He knocked out the heavyweight champion in the first round, and everybody thought Stipe was just going to roll over him. So that was a fair fight. So you never know. But I'd love to see John Jones come back soon, man.
Pray
I
for that
would.
guy. Pray
Yeah.
for that guy. Local boy. All right, we're done. Thank you so much, Stormy, for being part of the show this morning. It's good to be back in the saddle. We'll be here all week, God willing. And, yeah, anything before we get out of here? Anything to say? I mean, please, stop the fireworks, guys. Let's just end it. No more lighting off fireworks.
Yeah.
Be safe out there. Call the live line. Leave a voicemail, 505-585-LIVE. Thank you again to Max McClain. He plays C.S. Lewis in this remarkable play. It's called The Most Reluctant Convert. It's in Santa Fe, July 18th and 19th. If you missed the interview, it was great. We had him on this morning. And we gave away some passes. Thank you to Brian Nixon for joining us this morning. Guys, have a beautiful Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
For over 40 years, La Salita Restaurant has been serving New Mexican food to Albuquerque. From starters like soups, salads, and Cindy nachos to entrees like